Hello everyone. I am going to be doing another English language tutorial, and specifically I'm going to be focusing on the fundamentals of language, specifically the English language, and I'm going to be looking at part of speech, nouns and pronouns. So I'm going to be looking at this story, Two Kinds from the Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. So as I said, we're looking at nouns and pronouns. All nouns will be highlighted in yellow and all nouns will be highlighted in red. No, I already did one video which actually took up that just focused on this sentence alone. So I'm going to cover all of this. This is the first paragraph for this story, right? And let us begin. So we have this sentence. You could open a restaurant. Let, let me take a different approach. I'm going to look at all the pronouns, and interestingly, all the pronouns in this are highlighted as being red. So we have you in this sentence, you in this sentence, you in this next sentence, you in this next sentence, and you in this next sentence. Now, you is a pronoun, that a second person personal pronoun. It's singular and it's concrete. Now let us look at that. So a pronoun, basically what a pronoun is, a pronoun acts as a substitute for a noun. So for example, when it says you could open a restaurant, what it's actually saying is that you is a representation for any person. So you could be John, you could represent me, which is Shane. You could represent Emilio. You could represent Sharika. You could represent Justin Timberlake or anyone. And just to give an example, in mathematics, we have 2x. Now, x can represent any number. Likewise, a pronoun can represent any proper noun. So you right here would represent, you could equal, like I said before, Justin Timberlake, or you, wait, sorry, you could equal Shane, or you could equal the viewer and say your name is Felipe. Yes, Felipe. So that's an example. Also, let's look back at it. You is what you would call a second person personal pronoun. I know that's very long. So, a second person personal pronoun, it refers to the person or thing that is being addressed in the sentence. So, in this case, like I said before, the person or thing being addressed in a sentence could be anyone. Justin Timberlake, Shane, or Felipe. Right. And in all these cases, you represents, you is the subject of the sentence, meaning you is the thing that is doing it. So let's say you actually represents Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake would be the one who would do the action of actually opening a restaurant, or who would open a restaurant. Right. So let's go to the next part. So we identify that you is a noun. It's a second person personal pronoun and it's singular, meaning not more than one. It's just one person. One Justin Timberlake, one Shane, one Felipe. Right. And it's concrete, meaning you can actually touch that person. So if you're at a concert and Justin Timberlake was singing and dancing, and you're at the front row and you held out your hand and he went up to you and both of your hands meet or would touch, you would actually touch him, and that would mean he's concrete. Concrete meaning tangible. You can touch it, stuff like that. And yeah, so that's you in all of these cases. So let's look at the nouns. So we have the second sentence, you could open a restaurant, and this noun. So let's just look at it this way. We have this is a noun, In the next sentence, we have you could work for the government and get good retirement. The government is a noun and retirement is a noun. We have the next sentence. You could buy a house with almost no money down. And we have house as a noun and money as a noun. Now, the common thing between all of these nouns is that all of them are common nouns. Common nouns meaning there's nothing really special about them or they're not unique. Now, if they weren't common and they were unique, they would be called proper nouns. And an example of a proper noun is Justin Timberlake. There's only one Justin Timberlake. Well, there could be more people that name, but it's still unique. And how you can identify something as unique is a capital letter like that. But anyway, so all of these are nouns. They're common nouns. And another thing about them is, well, that's the common thing among all of them. Another common thing is that all of them are neutered, meaning they're neither masculine or feminine. They don't have female or male genitalia, except for, you would say, the government, because the government consists of different people, and these different people are either males or females. So that's a special, peculiar case. Now, restaurant. Now, the difference between restaurant and these other nouns, or some of these other nouns, is that restaurant is also called a countable noun. So a countable noun is a noun that can, is basically a noun that can exist in a plural form. So restaurant would become restaurants. And let me just highlight that S and make it much larger. So restaurants would become restaurants. Another thing about, a countable noun is that a can come in front of it. So a restaurant, and that is allowable in the English language. So restaurant is a countable noun. Another another noun in this that is a countable noun is retirement. Retirement is a countable noun, meaning you can have an S in it. So you can say retirements. I believe that's the case. I'm not sure, but most likely that is the case. Um, so to pluralize, it can exist in the plural, and to make it plural, you have to add an S right here. And you can, what also makes a countable noun, you have to put a in front of it. So you have a retirement, and that's allowable in the English language. Let me just, I can keep the S. And another countable noun is house. House can be a countable noun because it can exist in the plural. You just add an S, and you can just say a house. So it's a countable noun. Now, a common thing between restaurant and house and this one over here called money is that they are a concrete noun, meaning you can touch them. So you can walk up to a restaurant like Dragon House restaurant, McDonald's restaurant. You touch you touch it because the infrastructure, the building, and it's physical, it's tangible. You can walk up to a house, whether it be a one-story, a mansion, a condo, stuff like that. You touch it, and it's tangible. Your hand is not going to phase through it unless something is going on in the atoms. I don't know. You can walk up to money. Well, you can have money in you have your wallet. Money is in your wallet. You can touch the money in the wallet. Your hand is not going to phase through it unless some weird stuff is happening. I don't know what that could be, but you can touch it. So, restaurant, house, and money are concrete nouns. You can touch them. And yeah, that's about it for right now. I'm not sure about, well, let's see. Mm, mm, I think that's about it for right now. Also, let's just look at this. House is what you also called a regular noun, meaning a regular noun is a noun when you have it in the plural, the spelling doesn't really change that much. House in the plural become houses, but houses, right, it's houses, but a word would be irregular like this. You have the word knife, and knife become knives. So that